Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Listen to the Vibes. And I have here Lance Adams and Stephen Wilson. They have a company called PowerPushPromo, and we're going to talk a little bit about what they do. But before we do that, Lance, I'll let you start off. Tell us about you.
Hey, everybody. My name is Lance. I am the CEO and founder of a company called PowerPushPromo. A little bit about me. I actually, grew up in South Jersey. Definitely spent my younger years there. It taught me a lot. It taught me, how to be tough, how to overcome adversity, dealing with a lot of things that I've dealt with there. As far as, dealing with the different students and, getting into fights every now and again. Definitely I'm a lot learned there. And, I took a lot from the teachers as well as staff there as well. Eventually I had moved and I moved a couple times. I moved a lot, actually. Not gonna be honest with you guys. Each place I moved to, I learned something different, right? I picked up different things. For example, networking, right? Extremely important. I'd say I picked that up when I was in New York. I'm in New York now, but when I had, I should say NYC to be specific, the summer of 2016, I believe. I spent in NYC. Learned a lot, learned about networking. I networked with a lot of very, very smart people, a lot of, people that were doing well for themselves in their business. And, I learned how, literally, your group and your circle determines and can determine where you can go right from there. Right. And I picked up a lot of that from those people that I met. So basically what our company does just to sum it up is we help with social media. We help with people's SEO, search engine optimization for people that don't know what that means. We help with web design and web development. So we are one of the only companies out there that literally help with everything, like everything combined. If you go online right now, you'll find websites that just do social media. You'll find websites that just will build your website. But again, we do everything, and we do a pretty darn good job at it. Thus say our clients. We actually, funny enough, the social media side, which is what I handle mainly, we actually did not mean for that to launch that. Essentially, what ended up happening was we actually helped a client. At the time, she was selling wallets, right? Because we just build websites, did SEO, all that. That was our bread and butter, right? That's right. What we really did. And at the time, she wanted to actually get online because she was moving a lot of wallets in Italy. She lived in Italy at the time. She was moving a lot of these things, right? Like hotcakes, right? And she said, I'm looking at online and I want to see if this is possible. Can we do this? I said, absolutely. This is the internet, right? And my biggest thing talking to clients is I want to show every single client that it is possible to grow an audience no matter what you do. I don't care if you're cooking. I don't care if you're in sports. I don't care what you're in. It's possible to grow an audience and capture an audience on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, right? All of these things, they all have algorithms. And honestly, I have not run one single ad. I have not run one, right? And if you look at even Tesla, just to go off track, and Elon Musk has not run one single ad neither. Right now, you could argue and say, yeah, he's famous, but sure, that has a lot to do with, his success. But, at the end of the day, it's the product that speaks, right? The product has to be very good. And when your product is very good, the customers speak and they tell their friends, and then their friends tell their friends, and then it just starts to spread, right? So, and what's happening is word of mouth is becoming word of line, I'm calling it, right? Because online it's spreading, right? Because instead of literally telling their friends, they're sending it to their friends, right? And it's becoming viral, right? So we've been able to grow that way. That's where we're getting a lot of our business from. And we've helped work with different brands, and we help creating an audience around people's page. And I'll kind of let Steve get into a little bit his introduction as well, because he's a part of the company as well.
Go ahead, Stephen.
Yes. So, hey, everybody, my name's Steven Wilson, CEO, co-founder of PowerPush Promotions, 24 years old. Essentially, right out of high school, I was really searching for a managerial position. I always wanted to run my own company. So, right out of high school, I was helping my buddies run their own company. After that, I got into management training program. I've always been really passionate about web design, web development, and I met Lance through this management training program. And after the course of the year, it was a year-long program. After we actually got out of that, we both decided that we no longer wanted to work for somebody else. We wanted to work for ourselves. So we wanted to kind of, build a name for ourselves and build something from scratch. So that's exactly what we did. We've been doing this for about 3 years now. Built up our credibility, everything. Been building our brand, and at this point, beginning of this year, we launched our website, and we're doing really good. But yeah, it's a little bit about me, a little bit of background about me. Lance already went into our company and what we do, but essentially, as you were saying, he handles more of the social media side of things. I handle more of the web design, web development side of things. So we really found what we were passionate about. We took those skills, we combined them, and we essentially started a company that offers those services. And like you said, really one of the only companies out there that's really doing everything for our clients. I like to look at ourselves as kind of a disruptor agency in our industry, because a lot of our competitors, a lot of these other individuals, everybody else in the market, they're charging a lot more than we do. We try to help out, the smaller guys, individuals trying to build their own personal brand, or startup companies. We're really out there for the small guys, because we understand what it's like to build something from nothing.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that too.
Yeah, Kyle, it's been great. It's been great working with you. I'm glad to see the progress that we've been making, for sure. But I mean, I'm sure you have your own opinion on the progress.
Yeah, well, I'm an overly anxious person, but I understand a lot of these things. They do take time, but what happened is I've told y'all my story about me being disabled and not being able to work, and even though I'm on disability, I didn't want that to be my career. I wanted to make my own money, and so I've been podcasting for a couple of years now, and just in the last year and a half or so, I got really serious about it, and I was starting to grow, but it wasn't going like I wanted it to. And as well as I do, unless you've got the subscribers and the views, you're just not making money. So I had interviewed a guy, and I asked him, I said, how did you get your business going, your podcast and all that going? He says, well, I had guys that would actually come in and take over my social media and all these things, and that's how I started to make things grow. So he said he suggested that I do it, and so I went to the site that he told me to, and luckily enough, Steven sent me a message and say, hey, I'd like to work with you. And then I talked with you, I talked with Lance, and I think Lance could probably sell ice to an Eskimo.
I appreciate that. I mean, born hustler, got it in me, man.
Well, I'm real tight with my money, and I'm very skeptical about things, but
Mhm.
I said, you know what, these guys sound legit. I'm gonna give them a
Mhm.
try.
Mhm.
I gave y'all my brand new Instagram,
Mhm.
and because I wanted to separate. I have a paranormal show and I have this positivity show, so I wanted to separate the two.
Mhm.
Decided to start the podcast for my positivity stuff. I mean,
Right.
my Instagram, and lo and behold, all of a sudden, I went from just getting like 4 or 5 likes to getting
Mhm.
hundreds of likes.
Right.
It was
Right.
ridiculous, and
Yep.
I didn't get to tell you guys, but there was a actor from some reality show that started following me, and we
Oh, I
started
didn't know that.
messaging. Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I'm sorry about
Mhm.
that, but we started messaging back and forth, and he's going to come on my show. So I'm like, well, this guy comes on my show, I might actually get a lot of people to check it out.
Wow.
But
That's
it's
awesome, man.
That is huge. That is
That's why
huge.
we
And
do this.
yeah, that's amazing. And that's, what you just said there is why we do it. We started this to help change people's lives, and because it's changed ours, quite frankly. Literally. And I was actually just talking to a client, one of our clients, Matt Feldhouse. And before we started working, he had a couple hundred followers, and he had a lot of kids got talent, right? He has a lot of good talent, but he didn't really know how to market it. And
that's me.
and yep, exactly. And that's exactly what we help you guys do is, we help you get in front of the right people. We say that Instagram's got over 1 billion people on the platform, right? I could be over exaggerating or under exaggerating. Whatever it is, it's a lot, right? And our goal is to get you in front of your audience. Everybody has an audience, no matter what niche, right? And it is our job to get you in front of those people, because, not getting in front of them, and you just posting regularly and using random hashtags, like, which a lot of people do, and they think they're doing a good job, and kudos to them for trying. Because look, the first step to this is actually trying, putting your foot down and putting that money where your mouth is. 99.9% of people do not do that. Actually, a fun fact, I don't know if both of you know this, but, and I know, Steve, you know this, most people that start a business online or want to make money online actually don't make money. A lot of people actually do not make money online or are successful online. A lot of people want to do it, but a lot of people are scared to start.
Yeah.
And once they, make that first initial step, we take full responsibility, and, it's our obligation to make sure that they get where they need to go. And as you said, you've received, good amount of followers, a lot more likes, and, you're building an audience around your page, right? And around your brand. And I know that interview is just going to do so good for you. So good.
I know within like 5 minutes of the posts that y'all put up, I get hundreds and hundreds of likes. I'm like, gosh,
Right.
this never happened to me before, and it's kind of crazy. Now, I do have a question for you, because I've experienced this on mostly Instagram and Facebook. You'll get a bunch of followers,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden, the followers just drop off.
Right.
What's up with that? Why does that happen?
So, and I'll explain to you what the psychology behind that. So, the method that we use is we get people on what's called the explore page, right? When you start a new Instagram, no matter who it is, right? Everybody's got their own niche, right? That they like, right? So let's say I like cooking, right? Instagram's gonna show me Rachel Ray. It's gonna show me Emerald. It's gonna show me all the cooking pages, right? And once we get you in front of that audience, not everybody is gonna stick, right? Because it's not perfect, right? You could have people from, track and field, or whatever other audience there is, right? So it is very possible, but that is mostly not the case, because at the end of the day, the algorithm is good, it works, but like everything, like it's not perfect, right? So you will be shown to those people. And Some of them will follow you for that one post, and some of them will unfollow you. Look, we're really honest and we're really uncut. And, you know, just like with everything, you know, I mean, I've unfollowed accounts myself, and I'll be honest. I'll say it right on here. I've unfollowed accounts because I'm no longer interested in the content. You know what I mean? And
Right.
or I was just following because of that one post, right? So, and if you're not posting that post that I followed for, and you're posting, you know, something different or another interview or another whatever it is, I'm unfollowing, right? And
Right.
that's just the reality of people. But see, we say that's a good thing because the people that stick, they're your audience. They are your core fan base, right?
Right.
And those are the people that are actually going to engage with you, you know, which is why, you know, I'm so excited for this next month with you, because I already know for a fact that, you know, you're growing, right? We're weeding out the people that aren't necessarily interested. And then, you know, you're growing that audience, and then we're getting that organic growth going. You know what I'm saying? So, and the people that are sticking are gonna, which is why every time you post, you see the engagement going up. That's the reason why. So I just want to address that. And it's awesome you brought that up. Thank you.
Well, whenever I talk to you, I expressed to you that I didn't want bots.
Right.
You know, I know a lot of these companies, they'll say, oh, we'll get you 50,000 followers, but they're
Yep.
all fake accounts.
Yep.
And yeah, that I needed something organic. And the other thing I told you, and we both agreed on, is that I didn't want a yes man. I didn't want somebody just to kiss my butt and always tell me, oh yeah, this is great. This is great. When I screw up, I'm doing something wrong, I want somebody to tell me that. I'm not going to get better if you just keep saying, oh man, perfect all the time. That's that nobody grows that way. And so it's very, very important to me that we stick to that. Now, so far you guys have done that. You told me what's going on, and I said, hey, I'm giving y'all a shot. And you knew right away I didn't have a lot of money to spend. But you made it affordable. I got my foot in the door. As soon as we start really generating the income, of course, you know, I'm going to have y'all do more and more. In fact, I have a website, but it's not much of a website, to be honest with you.
Right.
And I'd like to get rid of that, start a new one, really get it to where I want it, and get, you know, I have a Teespring account. I don't know if I told you all that, but all I have is paranormal stuff on there. I want to get some kind of brand going for my positivity channel. I feel like it's very important with the way the world is now. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So negative. We need to bring positivity and inspiration to people. And that's what I'm trying to sell.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make this point, and then I'll let Steve talk about, you know, the website and SEO side of the business. 99% of the clients that I get, when they sign up, they want immediate gratification. They want to be a millionaire tomorrow, and quite frankly, I don't blame them. I blame all of the ads that are being pushed and shoved down their throats, right? I blame, hey, just sign up for my webinar, and, you know, we're going to get you in there, and I'm going to show you how to make, you know, $50,000 a month by next week, and you can quit your job. I'm saying keep your job, and use that money and invest back into your business, right? I'm very practical. I'm a practical person. I'm a real person, right? So my whole thing is, you know, use the resources that you already have and use that to go ahead and generate more resources. Don't go quitting your job, right? And now you can't pay your bills. Now you can't do this and this and that. And then you're hoping on that this course works out for you. And, you know, so many people do that. And so many people end up, you know, they're on unemployment or whatever it is because they did that, right? And, you know, I that's not the way to go. And as I explained to you, it's a process, right? And, you know, you're new to it. And, you know, I feel like you're being patient with us, and just like all of our clients. But you want to know something? Guess what? All of our clients are making money. All of our clients are doing very, very well, right? And you want to know the funny part? They've all been with us for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months plus, right? So that's the key. You got to stick with it. So, and I'll let Steve go ahead and talk about like his side of the business as well.
Yeah. So I'll just kind of break down a little bit of our process, how we go into things. So yeah, Kevin, definitely when we get to that, or Kyle, sorry about that. When we get to that point, we're gonna build you, a Google friendly website is what I like to call it. So, essentially when we build out the website, obviously we're gonna have a consultation call. I like to hop on a call with my client, kind of see what their vision is. Um, obviously there's a lot of different variables that can, affect how much we're gonna have to put into it, as far as resources go. But yeah, we hop on the call, decide the color scheme, the layout, how you want everything to look, how you want the consumer to interact with your site, all that good stuff. Obviously, see how many pages you're going to want, what type of functionality you want, a payment portal, right? You want a chatbot. So there's a lot of really cool things that we can do, because we do have web developers that we employ as well, and we have helped individuals even develop their applications. But as far as the website goes, once we really define what it is your vision is, right? What colors you want to use and everything like that. Then from there, we kind of build the bare bones of everything. Make sure that all your metadata is correct. We do all that research, get you those good keywords, right? So we can get you ranking on Google. But yeah, that's really, how I like to go about building the website, because if you don't build a very good foundation, then in the future when you need stuff done to your website, there's things that have to be done before those other things can be done, right? So it's really about building a good foundation, producing a result that the client will enjoy, obviously, a website that you can be proud of, but not only that, also building a very strong foundation, right? By making sure all that metadata is correct, making sure, the SEO on the page and off the page is really good. And yeah, that's what really, really helps any business, especially moving in to the future of your business. Um, you need really strong backlink profiles, stuff of that nature, especially um, if you plan on even getting rid of your business, if that's just something that you kind of want to move on from and want to get into a different passion, right? Then there's a lot of things that need to be in place, and that's where Lance and I have a very firm grasp on the way the world works, the way business operates, because we've had our hands in a lot of different pots. We've had our hands in a lot of different businesses, and we've seen how a lot of different businesses operate, right? So
Right.
that just gives us a firm grasp on how to build you that really strong foundation, so that way it's just like building a house. When you build that strong foundation, you can add more floors, right? So yeah, hopefully that gives you a little insight on our process, kind of the way we look at things when we're going about that.
Well, I don't endorse a lot of things unless it's Whataburger, but I have to say you guys have been upfront with me. You've said trust me, and I've said, hey, you need to trust me as well, because I'm not a rich person, but you've made it affordable, and you've let me even make payments, which is awesome. But you haven't blown smoke up my butt. You told me this is a process. It's going to take a little while, and I appreciate that. And I told you everything had to be organic, and you've not led me to believe anything different. Everything so far has been exactly what I was told.
Mhm.
So at this moment, I'm going to say I'm going to put my backing on Power Push Promo, because
We appreciate that.
you've been honest with me. You told me
Mhm.
anytime I needed to talk to you that you would make yourself available.
Right.
I message you, and even if you're in the middle of something, hey, I'll get to you as quick as I can, and you do. I've never had a
That's right.
problem with that.
And you know what? I'm gonna clip this and I'm gonna show this to every client, because you want to know what every client wants to know. How soon can you get in touch with me? How soon do you respond to me? Clients want to know that, right? And
Right.
you know, we are huge on that. Communication is literally everything. Like if I didn't learn anything, it's communication. Like you have to be able to communicate. If you don't, and if you can't, then you're done for. You know what I
Right.
mean? I would say communication. Also, I would also say a good team. You need a good team. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying to literally just start off with a good team. I just started off with me, then Steve, then you know, we had a team, and then, you know, we had an idea, and then we took it, right? So you know, there's steps is what I want to say, right? There's certain steps that, you know, you have to go through. And I think you're in the best space there is to be in right now, because there has never, ever been a time right now where podcasting is at its strongest. You've got Joe Rogan, you've got oh geez, there's so many. What's another one? Name another one.
You got Jeremy with the quartering. He's pretty big.
Yep.
You got your,
Yep.
you know, your Ben Shapiro's, your
Yeah, Ben Shapiro's good.
Oh
Doesn't Mike
gosh.
Tyson have a podcast?
Oh, Mike Tyson has a podcast.
Oh,
yes.
does he?
Shout out Mike Tyson. Yeah.
Right.
Kwame
Yes,
Brown.
he does. Hot boxing. It's called hot boxing, and we'll plug it. We don't care. Check it
Yeah.
out. You know what I mean? We don't care.
You know the
Shout out to Mike.
you know that basketball player Kwame Brown, he got big pretty quick.
Yeah, Kwame Brown did, absolutely. And also shout out to, well, first of all, I want to shout out all my clients.
Go for
You know,
it.
they, you know, and I'll specifically, you know, say some names. I will say shout out Kat, Kat _ the Health Wizard. Guys, go check her out. You know, Feldhouse Fitness, go check him out. And you know, obviously, you know, check you out. And obviously, you know, check out all our clients, right?
Check me out.
Yep. Okay. Hey, but absolutely. So, you know, we care about all our clients, and you want to know what the closing line we use, and I think that it gets them. We treat all our clients like family, because we really do. We've had clients that we just, now granted, what I will say is this: make sure that if you're gonna do that, that the client knows I'm still like in charge. Like I'm still leading you. I'm still showing you the right way, because there is a fine line between being buddy with your client, and you can go overboard.
Yes,
So
of course.
you do need to have some sort of boundary there, because you are in charge and you are showing them the right way, because it is your responsibility to make sure that that person or business entity reaches their goals, right? Power Push, we make sure that everybody that signs up reaches their goals, which is why and I'll say it on this call, we don't take everybody. I'm just being honest, guys. We do not take everybody. We do have a system. We an interview process. We get on the phone. We talk to you. We see if you're a good fit. And if you're a good fit, we'll take you. But we do not take everybody, because we have an obligation to make sure that everybody that purchases on our website is successful. And so far, that has been the case. And we want to make sure we keep it like that. Absolutely.
'Cause
So
at the end of the day, you know, our clients are a reflection of us. And,
Yep.
you know, we want, if you guys are successful, we're successful. So,
right.
you know,
right.
that's our goal at the end of the day, is, you know, just to get you to that point to where, you know, you're making money, you're successful, right? Where you feel like you've actually accomplished something.
Right.
So, yeah, it's, you know, that's why we do this. But, you know, like Lance said, you know, we treat all of our clients like family. You know, Cal, like he was saying, like, say how fast can you get back to me if we're doing something, right? We're always there. We're always gonna call you in like 5-10 minutes, right? So,
Oh yeah.
you know,
I can say y'all have always been there when I needed to talk to you, and I know
Mhm.
I've bugged y'all for stupid things, but
Yeah.
you know
It's all right, man.
you're always there.
Why we here?
but
Why we here?
you know, how many companies do you know that, you know, you can actually get a hold of the founders of the company, right?
It's
Right.
usually somebody they pass it on to, somebody in a call center or something. Well,
Right.
I'll have to say, being that, I'm a small time creator right now, and I was up front with y'all. I said I'm not making money, but I'm willing to put some money into this because I believe in what I'm doing. And so y'all worked with me. You didn't tell me this was going to happen overnight, but it's grown more than I expected. I want to say my Instagram, which was a brand new account, I maybe had 40 to 50 people on there. Well, now I have over 200 and something on there without me even having to do anything. All I do is send my thumbnails for my podcast, and y'all put it up. All of a sudden there's all these likes and getting all these people following me. I never expected somebody like I can't remember the guy's name and I feel bad, but he's a reality TV star, and he says, man, I like your stuff. I like what you do. And I think we should collaborate. And I'm like, yeah, heck yeah,
Right.
So you never know what can happen. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll touch on that. So we like to do what's called the viral effect, right? And what happens is this: a lot of these celebrities and a lot of these bigger pages, they need content. Okay. Doesn't matter where they get it, they need the content, right?
Right.
And you have times where different things are trending. For example, right now, the crate challenge is trending, where you climb up on the crates, right? So, and I'm sure Snoop Dogg is the one that's really crushing it right now, posting all that stuff. So shout out to him. But and don't do that. I'm not condoning it. But
I'd kill myself.
Oh yeah, don't do that. But yeah, so the thing is, making sure that you are targeting the people that are actually going to listen, and getting on the pages of other bigger pages, right? I'm kind of giving out a little bit of a sauce here, they call it. That's what's going to take you to the next level. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. So we had a client, and he posts a lot of swim content. We had a page with 2.8 million followers. No lie. Reach out and personally DM this client, right? And say, hey, we love your stuff. Can we get you on our page and repost this content, right? We're like, of course, right? Because if you go to these pages and you ask how much is it to get on and for a post, you're not going to like the answer, right? So, we utilize a lot of that. And yes, I am saying it on this call. We do utilize free promotion, but we use it, or I should say we get it by creating good content, good quality content, and, getting in front of the right people. And that's basically it. You know what I mean? So
I got to ask you something too.
Yep.
I noticed on both of my pages, one of them I do myself, and then y'all do the other one. But on both of them, as soon as I post something, I'm assuming this is some kind of computer bot thing or whatever.
Okay.
I'll get, direct message me or this at post at such and such. I'm not even going to give their names because I don't know. It's, to me, everything's a scam. I'm an old guy. I don't trust anybody. And so that says a lot when I'm entrusting you to help me out, as I don't usually do stuff like this. But or promote it on such and such page. Why do we? I mean, why does that get done? Does it have to do with all these algorithm things, or
no, it doesn't. It has nothing to do with that. What happens is, actually, I guess you can say it. So what happens is this. When you're starting to get in the algorithm and you're starting to go viral and you're starting to get posts do well, you will get people that reach out to you that are trying to sell you stuff, that are trying to get you to buy stuff. And we call these spam accounts, right? I actually have a client that messaged me about that stuff when she first started all the time. Now she ignores them. That is inevitable. We can't do anything about that, right?
Right.
What I will say though is that our job and what we, are able to do is weed out the people that are legit. As you said, right? You had a celebrity DM you. So he's legit. You
Yeah,
guys are
because
going to
he
do an
had the
interview.
followers. Let me tell
Oh
you.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, at the end of the day, you're going to get some bad apples. I'm saying it on this call, and you hear me on this call. You're going to get some bad apples, but you have to be willing to weed the good from the bad. And this is why you have people called Instagram managers that, manage the account and do all that stuff for these celebrities. A lot of these celebrities aren't managing. They got managers, right? So, and that's why, because they don't want to involve themselves with any of that. So,
Yep. I'm a kid of the 70s.
right.
And, all this stuff is really new to me. I've never been really big on tech and, social media. The only reason I ever joined social media in the first place is because we had our high school reunion, and they were sending out invites, and they started out on Facebook, and that's where I started everything off, and that's the only reason I ever joined it. Didn't give it a whole lot of attention, but after a while I kind of got involved. I'd post stuff every once in a while, yada yada yada, and then got into the podcasting and realized, hey, I've got to get on social media. So started Instagram and all these others, and I did have a Twitter, but I'll be honest with you, I just don't like the way people act on Twitter, so I got rid of that account. uh, I'm not too sure about TikTok, but I have put stuff on TikTok. Yeah, I get more views on there than I did when I was doing my own stuff on, Instagram and Facebook. But I haven't gotten to that point on TikTok where I got a whole bunch,
Right.
almost like I'm getting close to 600 followers on there. So I guess
Okay.
that's not too bad. But guys like me, or I should say people like me, that are skeptical and don't have any kind of knowledge about social media and how all these things are supposed to work. You talk about algorithms and this and that and the other, and we can say people like me are always skeptical of everything. Everything's a scam, or it's very difficult for me to understand these things. So when I have somebody like y'all that can kind of take charge and maybe give me advice here and there, these kind of things, I appreciate it. So I'm telling anybody, if you're watching this or you're listening to this, give these guys a try. I don't normally promote things like this because I am that skeptical person, but I've put a lot in these guys' hands, and they've done everything that they said they would do. They haven't led me on. Everything they've told me, they have come through. So
I love to hear it.
Please give it a try. I mean, you're not going anywhere. You want to. You need some help. These guys can do it.
I love it. And
Appreciate
and we really appreciate that. And guys, one thing I am is very, very transparent. Okay. He said that on his own. Obviously, we don't pay people to say anything. They say stuff because of the results that we give. And you get what you are, right? So, and that's what we, go by. I will say this, guys, we will be doing calls, right? You may or may not see, a link below asking you to book a call, right? So if you do see that below, make sure you click on that and schedule a call with me. You will be speaking with me, right? Directly. You're not speaking with the middleman. You're not speaking with anybody else. You're speaking with me directly, right? And I will, help take you to the next level, right? So from social proof, right? You do what? You get the credibility, right? From credibility, you do what? You get the brandability. I tell every single client, every single call, you need those three things: social proof, credibility, and brandability. Why? Because when you're running an ad, or when you're just on Instagram and you're selling something, you got to make sure you're legit, because people, what people are going to do? They're going to go on your Instagram and they're going to, how many followers do they have? Oh, they have only a couple hundred, right? Or they're gonna Google you and they're gonna see, oh, how are you in any press? Are you relevant? You know what I mean? So, guys, that's very important. And obviously, brandability, you want to make sure you have a good logo. You want to make sure you have all that going for you. So, so I just wanted to break that down for you guys. So, absolutely, there may or may not be a link below. Definitely go check that out. And,
100%. And like
Thank
I
you.
said, with
go ahead,
the
Steven.
websites and everything, making sure build that strong foundation. We do all on page and off page SEO. Like Lance said, we're very transparent people. If you want to go to PowerPushPromo.com and scroll down, you'll find both of our personal cell phone numbers on there. Definitely reach out to us, shoot us a text if you want to schedule a call. Even give us a call, whatever. You'll be able to talk to us directly. So, thank you for, having us today, Kyle.
Oh, of
Appreciate
course.
it.
Well, I'm gonna say I've never dealt with a company where you give me your personal number. I could text you, I could call you, I could FaceTime with you, all these things, which you don't normally get that with a company. So I appreciate all those things. And I
Absolutely.
want you guys to please, as soon as this is over, I need one of y'all to send me all the links, everything that you want people to know. I will put that in the description. Like for y'all to maybe send me a little bio or something on each other. Send me your pretty faces so I can make a nice thumbnail.
Absolutely.
But
Nothing.
so it's PowerPushPromo.com.
PowerPushPromo.com, right?
Okay, and we'll have those links so people can find you. Thank you guys for giving me some time out of your day. I know you guys are busy. If you're like me, you always got something going on. You're here and there, everywhere, and trying to do your business at the same time. And it's really appreciated.
Gotta get them 80 hours in somehow,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So thank you again. I want to thank everybody that watches and listens to us. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. I hope you come back. Got lots of great people for you to listen to. Maybe you can get some kind of inspiration, motivation, some kind of help that you may need. Those that are back again, thank you so much for your support. You have no idea what that means to me. It makes me feel good inside that you keep coming back. And so I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys. Until the next one.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Listen to the Vibes. You can catch us on Buzzsprout or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, and on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook at The Vibes Broadcast Network